Hello, welcome to ASL Top Plays Week 11 with me, TCP, and today, people, it's time to come back. It has been 3 weeks, and I have probably disappointed a lot of people, but all in one day, there should be not one, not two, not three, but 4 top plays coming out. And it should be very exhausting from my end, but we're getting it done. We're doing it good. We're starting off simple plays. Commander Milan versus Shadow. Nidoking is in, so is a Golbat. Golbat uses U-turn. Nidoking's balloon is popped. In comes Metagross for the sack. And in comes Garchomp. Now, he goes directly into Zeraora, who has the second balloon. So this isn't the most amazing top play, everyone stop your horses thing of all time. But the fact that there is a second air balloon, and the fact that Shadow was able to hide it this well, just gives him so much momentum. If he hadn't lost 3 Mons right here, and it was more even in the battle, this is the type of play that would swing this game around into his favor. Because Garchomp is so threatening against Shadow, and if he can just get that turn or two where he can set up, while Garchomp, who's a big threat, has to switch out, that's enough to turn around a game. It's not enough for Shadow to win this game, but the fact that he kept this in the back, waiting for the first balloon to pop to show the second one, is just something that could have been really strong. And it does help him bring this game closer. But, yeah. Moving on to the second replay, we have Kim Cody versus Dave. In comes Infernape. In comes Lando T, a pretty easy check. And in comes the Adrenaline Orb. Now there's a few ways to... So there's a few ways to play that one out. We're gonna be... So, now that he has the attack, whatever. He's faster than any Scarf variant of Lando T. His only problem would have been Yachi Berry, which Cody talked about how he almost brought it, but he didn't. So he lost. In comes Medicham. It seems like an obvious fake out, but there is no fake out this time, even though he's revealed fake out earlier in this battle. In comes Gardevoir, tracing the Blaze. Flare Blitz kills. I think this was a roll, and if Cody had gotten that, he would have won, but he didn't. So, Adrenaline Orb, once again, putting in the work versus Orlando, versus Intimidate Mon. Adrenaline Orb is just kinda nice. Kinda nice tech. Revealing the Flare Blitz early so that Cody wasn't on guard for HP Ice was something that was nice. Yeah. The mix set works out for Dave. Nice prep. Moving on, we have Excellent Name versus Malone. Late game portion, Ian is ahead. In comes Raikou on the... This is Scarf Thunderous, by the way. So, in that situation, Psychic is a pretty obvious play. He did bring it in on the Moongus, so it's either Psychic or HP Flying. Psychic hits pretty much everything. It would kill Tornadus, and it would do a lot of damage to Altaria, which seems to be Ian's late game setup sweeper win con. So he decides to go into Raikou, seeing that he might want a Moongus for later, for reasons. So Raikou comes in, takes the Psychic. If it was HP Flying, he would be fine, but it's not HP Flying. So he's very, very weak. So another psychic takes out this Raikou, but it lets for something else to put in a lot of work now. So earlier Malone revealed the Trick Room Slowbro, and with Trick Room up, with the right coverage, it really just puts in the work. So it might have been a choke for EN to let his Raikou get weakened, or even get to the point where it had to be used as a sack. But it is used as a sack. In comes Altaria, trying to set up to potentially win this game. Assad does take down the Skuntank, but once again the Scarf Thunderous comes in. There's nothing that EN can really do to it. So everything once again is getting chipped. And really, this is the perfect situation for Malone, because if EN doesn't switch out, he loses Mega Altaria. If EN does switch out, then either Tornadus dies or Amoonguss dies. Either way, he set it up so that Amoonguss is always coming in, or it's always the last mon in, which Slowbro, even though it's weak to grass, it will always be able to set up a Trick Room on Amoonguss. So Amoonguss takes down the Thunderous. In comes Slowbro. He has to worry about Spore, but there is no Spore from EN. Trick Room goes up, and it's over. Psyshock kills Amoonguss. I don't think anything else lives Psyshock, but nothing else definitely lives Ice Beam. And there's just nothing slow enough on EN's team to take down Malone. So a huge upset victory from Malone, doing some really nice endgame situations with the Thunderous to make sure that Amoonguss comes down, with a lucky potential choke from EN with letting his Raikou die. I don't know what the calcs would have been for Raikou taking a Psyshock, but if it did 50%, then Malone didn't even have to worry about Raikou, which is really interesting. So Trick Room putting in the work from this Slowbro. Finally, we have Brad versus TJ. The sub on the Kyurem on the rest. Predicting either a sack of Suicune because Dragon Claw did 33% and he was less than 33%. So there's nothing really that Suicune can do other than switch out as a sack fodder, or just stay in and potentially scald the rest. So it really allows for Kyurem to get a free sub up. And really, behind a sub, Kyurem can pretty much do whatever it likes. Like, the only thing that it can hit it behind a sub is a Bug Buzz from Rabambi. And Bug Buzz from Rabambi isn't going to be doing enough to a Kyurem this high amount of health. So, really, TJ has to sack him on. So he goes into Mega Gallade. Very bulky Mega Gallade, with a good chance to live, but this gets the crit, which is unfortunate, but it would have done so much damage, and with plus Fake Out and Bullet Punch from Hariyama, this Gallade wasn't going to be doing too much after Zapdos or Reuniclus came in. But it was also added at max attacks Kyurem, so there's a bunch of calcs that could have happened, but Mega Gallade goes down to a crit, and that's 2 mons down from TJ, whereas, a lot of mons are weakened. Like, I'm hovering over some mons right now. Uxie's at 19%, Kyurem is at 27%. Really, the only thing that's healthy that's left is the Decidueye and Rabambi. And really, Kyurem can beat both of those because it can take a hit. So Kyurem is in a really healthy, really nice place to win. Reuniclus is in a really nice place to win because it can, if it's like Trick Room, it can just Trick Room up and just win. If it's Calm Mind, it can just Calm Mind up and just win. If it's really any set, Reuniclus can just win here. Other things that can... Hariyama can put in a lot of work here. Really, this puts in a lot of... It's just a sub. It's just on a defensive mon, but it changes this game so much into Brad's favor that he's allowed to play very conservative and very safe and really still get away with the win, which is something that you really want for these late weeks. So that's all 4 replays from week 11. Expect another one coming your way in about 5 seconds. And see you next time.